Okay, so I'm just going to run you through some of the questions or how to rate an ingredients list because it always seems to be very confusing. There's a few pointers you need to look at. So I've picked out a few things. So these things are something I normally use for presentations and to be aware of. And the other thing is something I found in the cupboard. So let's have a look. First one is something from Kellogg's. And what I do initially is that if I have to buy something that's packet, I will go down here and see, well, what did they put in there? So they put a lot of stuff in there. So from here and all the way down is the ingredients. And that should be enough to say, yeah, I don't need to buy any LCM bars for my kids. No way. So normally what they have to do is whatever is most present in the product is going to be first listed. So obviously, rice bubbles, breakfast cereal, which is 32% of the ingredients, and that consists of whole white rice, sugar, salt, barley, malt extract, vitamins, yada, 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 all the way down to zinc oxide. That's the rice bubbles breakfast cereal ingredients. That's going to be the one that's most prevalent. So then salt is going to be the least amount of stuff in there. That's how it sort of works. But you'll see, if we look into that sugar there, glucose syrup is another word for sugar, candy-coated chalk chip, which is made of chalk compound, which is made of sugar and vegetable fat. And it's also made of cacao powder, milk powder, salt, blah, blah, blah. There's some coating. Coating is sugar, starch, okay. Natural flavor, that's always a funny, what is natural flavor? Glazing agent, which is another sugar content, fructose, invert sugar, hydrogenated generated soybean oil, that stinks of trouble, more sugar, glucose, solid sugar, cacao powder, skim yard, glycerol, it's actually a fat, gelatin, flavor, and so forth. So yeah, don't go there. Body-wise, digestive balance, 1/4 of your daily fiber needs. Very high in fiber. All these down here are all bullshit. So this one is a hard tick foundation. That one you can buy. So you pay them a certain amount of money and you can buy a tick. Okay, so these are all based upon certain criteria, but it doesn't tell you whether it's good or bad. It just gives you some numbers. You need to go back here and have a look. So what you can also do is look at what's the there we go, the breakdown. So energy, well, what does that mean? It's got 1,330 kilojoules per average serving, per 100 grams, sorry, and one serving is 35 grams. So let's say we have one serving, we'll get 465 kilojoules, which is roughly 100 and something calories. Well, that's not too bad. Well, what do I get for that? Well, 2.3 grams of protein, a lot of carbohydrates, sugars, fibers. Well, okay, what's actually in there? Well, there's some roll oats, bran straws, which is made of wheat bran, sugar, modified starch. Modified is not a good word. Mineral salt, malt extract, barley. That's another simple sugar, which can be good for some and bad for others. Inulin, which is a fiber to add to it. Glucose, sugar. Dried apple, okay. Modified starch, wheat puff. I see sugar, I see golden syrup. Sunflower oil, really poorly choice of oil. Sugar again, honey. So you see it's a sugar bomb. Body-wise, have the light. No, thank you. Oh yeah, so this really gets my bladder going. Everyone wants a calcium. And for you parents out there, or someone who knows parents, let's have a look. 9.2 grams of carbohydrate, but 8.5 is sugars. So again, what's in there? Strawberry fruit yogurt ingredients, skim milk, sugar. So there are obviously more skim milk than sugar, which is lucky. Strawberry puree, let's have a think what that could be. Cream from milk, milk solids thickener, okay. From I can't read that right now. Anyway, there's a lot of numbers. Reconstituted elderberry juice. That's another word for sugar. Minerals and some other stuff. It's a sugar bomb. Okay. Something that we use once in a while. Almond spread, probably once a week. Never oily, never dry. I know what's in there. It's not good news. So if you're thinking almond spread, there should be some sort of almond content as one of the first ones. But the very first list is vegetable oil. Maltodextrin from corn. So maltodextrin is a simple sugar. So it's a monoglyceride. So it's a very, very simple for us to absorb. But then only on the third is almonds. Okay, 23%. So there's actually more oil and sugar in there than there's almonds, which should be enough for me to throw it away. And it tastes quite nice. Why is that? Because it's sugar. I buy a bucket of this and it will last 3 to 4 weeks. Yep. Natural pot set. I don't know what that means. That means it's been set there, so there's bacteria are set in there. No gluten. No cane sugar. No cane sugar. See how that doesn't say no sugar. It says no cane sugar, which they then qualify as being, oh, that's really bad. Well, sugar is sugar is sugar. No artificial sweeteners, no colors of food acids, no preservatives, no gelatins. Well, let's have a look. So the ingredients is pasteurized whole milk. Well, that's lucky. Milk solids. Now, fruit juice concentrate, aka sugar. Natural vanilla flavor. Well, I guess it said no color or food acids. Live cultures, which is just bacteria, which is good, and that's about it. So not too bad. Not too bad, and this should be the full fat version, no light here. If it was light, you would see the difference here on the fat being less and carbs being higher. Still a good carb content. That's also because of the milk itself has got carbohydrate. Then the last one, interesting, very, very popular to have Lindt chocolate, and everyone suspects, this is a dark, it says dark, whereas this is supreme dark. So this must be good because it's dark chocolate. You will get fooled. What's the first ingredients? And this one gets, there we go, sugar. Cacao, milk fat, blah, blah, blah. But there is more sugar than cacao in this one, whereas this one will probably have almost next to nothing. So you see cacao mass, cacao butter, low-fat cacao powder, then sugar, bourbon, vanilla beans. So a lot less sugar in this one, and you'll see the same thing. There's way less carbohydrate, but a lot more fat because of the fat butter, or the cacao butter.